to 7 days. Because it is caused by a virus, antibiotics are not used to treat the flu. Persons are encouraged to rest and drink lots of fluids. Panadol is recommended for fever and body aches associated with the flu. However, aspirin should be avoided due to the risk of bleeding. To decrease the spread of flu, persons are encouraged to get their flu shot annually and practice good cough hygiene. Additional information can be provided by your community clinic or the Health Education Division at the Ministry of Health. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority.
Behind every strong economy is a bold entrepreneur, and we're here to support them, island by island. On Cat Island, we've helped 17 entrepreneurs turn their dreams into thriving businesses. Through over $360,000 in approved funding, the SBDC is strengthening Cat Island's economy by investing in its leading sectors: agriculture, fuel, and fishing. No matter the island, every business we support strengthens the economy, starting with yours. SBDC Bahamas.
At Bahama Boulevard, I'm Sean Innes. This is ZNS.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Grand Bahama Chamber President welcomes proposed MSC Beach Club development deal. Labor Minister outlines government's agenda if given a second term. And husband of missing woman in Abaco questioned by Grand Bahama Police.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
And welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest. Thank you so much for tuning in. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis fielding questions from reporters following the announcement by the U.S.-based developer for the Grand Lucayan Resort on Grand Bahama that it has formed a new partnership with CTL Maritime to move the redevelopment of the Grand Lucayan Resort forward. The joint initiative is expected to enhance capacity, global reach, and help to provide a modern, competitive resort to generate jobs, expand business opportunities, and strengthen investor confidence in Grand Bahama.
Frustrated for quite a while because movement was slow, but as I always said, patience is a virtue that brings success.
Meantime, the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce is welcoming the proposed MSC Beach Club development, but says more clarity is needed surrounding the project. The Chamber President notes that the initiative signals potential economic growth while maintaining that transparency will be critical as plans for the Grand Lucayan property moves forward. The President emphasized that the Chamber proudly welcomes MSC's continued investment in the Bahamas and its commitment to becoming an integral part of the Grand Bahama community. He underscored that this partnership is a powerful voice of confidence in the people of Grand Bahama and in the island's future as a thriving hub for growth and opportunity.
There is some concern in terms of the area that they're developing, the 20-acre of land, Grand Lucayan, part of the Grand Lucayan property, and the time frame that they hope to start, which is in about 2 days. One of the things is we have not gotten finalization as to exactly what's going on with Concord, Wilshire, in the purchase of this property and moving forward with the development of this property.
Although the Chamber welcomes a new partnership, Second Vice President Terrence Roberts is calling for greater measures to prevent investors from pulling out in the event of natural disasters, giving the Bahamas a vulnerability to hurricanes.
When you have foreign investors coming in, we want to know, like, when they come here, what their goals are, but when things don't work, if there's a natural disaster or other things that happen, it's easy for them to pull out. Not just focusing on a tourism product. You know, when you have situations like COVID-19 and economic uncertainty, we still have to live here and figure out what's happening economically.
Chamber officials also pointing to the redevelopment of the Grand Bahama International Airport as a critical component of the island's growth. The Deputy Prime Minister says above-ground construction is set to begin soon. First Year Director Alex Thompson notes that it is essential to support the level of service Grand Bahama aims to provide.
Developers don't divulge everything up front, and that's just how business is. They have to fine-tune the details. They have to make sure the partners are committed. They have to make sure, relevant information is signed and approved on. Those things have to come in. As much as we would like to have more information, we do have to understand that some aspects of it are kept under wraps until more information is provided, until they have the solid commitment. But we do like more transparency.
In other news, Labor and Public Service Minister Pia Glover outlining what a second term could look like for workers in the Bahamas at the party's Blueprint for Progress event. The minister unveiling a series of proposed labor reforms aimed at modernizing the workplace. Romiko Knowles reports.
Among the key proposals presented at the Blueprint for Progress event is legislation designed to better reflect the realities of today's workforce. Minister of Labor Pia Glover notes that proposed labor reforms signals a shift toward more progressive and inclusive labor policies.
We will also bring the Employment Bill into law to replace a very outdated Employment Act that no longer reflects the reality of a modern working life. We will cap probation at 6 months in the private sector and 12 months in the public service. We will guarantee every worker a paid 1 hour break on shifts of 8 hours or more and get at least 8 hours of rest in between shifts.
Minister Glover also emphasizing that mental health is high on the agenda, with plans to ensure it is better recognized and addressed in the workplace.
We will recognize mental health as a workplace right by providing 3 mental wellness days each year with no doctor's note required. We will increase maternity leave from 12 weeks to 14 weeks and expand more. And for the first time, we will provide 2 weeks of paid paternity leave.
And for nursing mothers, new requirements also being proposed. Employers would be required to provide reasonable breaks for breastfeeding. And for workplaces with 20 or more employees, a suitable private space would also be mandated. Officials say additional measures are expected to further support working families.
We will launch a Bahamian professional development program focused on filling high-paying roles with Bahamian talent. We will develop a national workforce demand index so we can identify where the economy is growing and where the jobs are. And we will work directly with major employers and investors to identify skills gaps in real time so training is tied to actual opportunity.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Romiko Knowles.
Brian Hooker, the husband of the missing woman who he alleges fell overboard in Abaco, is now in Grand Bahama for questioning by police. After a lengthy interview while in custody, his attorney says he has not been charged and could be released. Our Matthew Martinborough spoke with his attorney outside the Central Police Station, where he is currently being held.
Another chapter in the unfolding case of Lynette Hooker's disappearance is being opened. Primary suspect in the matter, Lynette's husband, Brian Hooker, was detained by police on April 8th and was questioned by officers in Grand Bahama on Friday, April 10th. Hooker's attorney, Terrell Butler, by his side during the near 4-hour questioning session. She says the line of questions tailored more towards general information rather than a criminal interrogation.
About their relationship when they came here, just general information. It wasn't until really near to the end that they got into the specifics. And of course, he was confronted with the allegations from his stepdaughter.
Butler adds that her client has not been formally charged. He maintains his innocence, denying any wrongdoing. As far as detention is concerned, his 48-hour holding will expire at 7 p.m. Friday. But she says during the interview, her client was visibly overwhelmed and was more concerned about the ongoing search efforts and the whereabouts of his wife, Lynette.
He kept reiterating that I need to know what's happening with the search for my wife, that he wants to know what is happening with his wife. And of course, he was a bit puzzled because he was being questioned about causing harm to her or possible murder, and yet he didn't know where she was or what had happened to her.
If released from custody, Butler says Hooker will be more likely to depart from Grand Bahama, but a final destination is unknown.
Well, naturally, he would have no reason to remain here in Grand Bahama, so he would have to leave. Where he goes next, we have not made a decision on that.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martin Burrow.
Over in Abaco, an experienced boat captain is questioning the accounts given by Brian Hooker days after his wife's disappearance. Our Shalia Roll is live on the ground with more details. Shalia?
Jolanda, new questions emerge into the disappearance of Lynette Hooker. This as investigators continue to piece together of what happened that night she was reported missing at sea. Our ZNS news team is on location at the Marsh Harbor boatyard where Brian Hooker allegedly paddled ashore following the incident. According to reports, Hooker arrived at the dock after traveling from Elbow Key in a small dinghy. However, an experienced boat captain we spoke with at the boatyard raised concerns about the timeline and overall circumstances described. The captain explained that the journey from Elbow Key to Marsh Harbor, even taking into account the reported weather conditions that night, should have taken approximately 45 minutes to an hour. Based on what has been shared, he believes the time frame in this case does not align with what would be expected. Further adding to the concern, the captain noted that there appeared to be no visible urgency when Hooker arrived at the dock, something he described as an unusual given the reported disappearance of his wife at sea. Details surrounding the vessels are also drawing attention. The dinghy, described as approximately 6 feet in length, was reportedly intact upon arrival. Sources indicate that safety equipment, including flare guns, had not been used. On the night in question, winds were said to be around 30 miles per hour, with waves reaching approximately 2 feet. Residents in the Marsh Harbor community have also voiced skepticism, with several telling our ZNS news team that aspects of the account aren't adding up. Additionally, it is alleged that the key to the primary vessel was found on Hooker's person. However, police have not confirmed this detail, and authorities have not released further specifics at this time.
I feel for her family, especially her daughter. You can see she's broken. But far as the story of what the gentleman is given, I'm unsure. What I am mostly concerned about is the amount of missing people that we have in the Bahamas and the attention that this is given only because American officials are involved.
I feel like they took it as because it was a Caucasian gentleman that they just took his story as, oh, she fell overboard, when a lot of times when incidents happening with black people that we would call, or Abaconians, Bahamians in general, they locked up like immediately, not even proven innocent before proven guilty.
Honestly, nothing makes sense out of the situation. He didn't get his story straight. I feel as though foreigners come all the way to the Bahamas all the time to do this kind of stuff because obviously they're going to get away with it, especially given the fact that they're Caucasian, they have money. We don't do that deep of an investigation. I feel like anytime something like this happens.
As the investigation continues and the search for Lynette Hooker is ongoing, many questions are being raised but not enough answers. Coming to you live from Abaco for the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Shalia. We'll be back after this break.
And still to come.
The 26th Annual Coconut Festival is in the history books. The highlights, sports, and more when we come back.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel. with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Dolly Madison.
Art Lucaya, the Grand Bahama Art Festival presents Dream Big, April 17th to the 19th at the Mosaic Art Hub. Get your tickets now at art.tickets.com. Support local art. Proceeds benefit high school art programs.
Save more drugs, from cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family, the brands you're looking for, the quality you expect, vitamins you need, and prescriptions you gain. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
A storied party falling apart. F&M's fleeing. Chaos. Confusion. Even court battles. What's happening with the F&M is sad. Divided. Directionless. Dysfunctional. The ones left behind won't admit it, but it's chaos inside. They say a fish rots from the head down. If Michael Pintard can't keep his own party together, how can he run an entire country?
Join the PLP in West End, 7:30 p.m. for the Rally for Progress. Hear from the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis, Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, and a team focused on moving the country forward. We make progress together. Now it's about keeping the momentum. Bring the family, bring your voice, and be a part of the movement. Grand Bahama, choose progress.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. This Easter weekend, individuals enjoyed the island vibe with the 26th annual Pelican Point Coconut Festival, bringing culture, cuisine, and community together in East Grand Bahama. Our Charlie Jones was there and filed the details in this report.
Coconut creations took center stage at Pelican Point's 26th annual Coconut Festival, where attendees indulge in its versatility, baking, boiling, and sipping their way through the Easter Monday holiday.
Scores made their way to Pelican Point for the 26th annual Coconut Festival, a celebration of culture, community, and of course, coconut everything. From sweet treats to handcrafted goods and traditional dishes, the festival offering a taste of the settlement's rich heritage, with friends and families soaking in the Easter Monday sun. Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, highlighting the ministry's support of the event and its role in preserving Bahamian traditions while driving economic activity in East Grand Bahama.
We sponsor the event every year, along with the Ministry of Tourism, Investments and Aviation. And so again, it's a coming together of the community. It's one of the major events that they have here. It's an economic boost for the community of Pelican Point. And so we're going to continue to support every year.
Also in attendance, Member of Parliament for East Grand Bahama, J. Kwesi Thompson, who emphasized the importance of community events like this, noting their impact on small businesses and local entrepreneurs.
This is an extremely important event for residents. There are going to be hundreds of residents that come out today. It's about community togetherness, and it's also about economic empowerment.
Can we expect you to try any coconut-infused dishes?
Oh yeah, of course. I want some coconut tart. They can have some coconut and rice. I'm sure they can have some gully wash, so I'm going to take all that.
Visitors taking it all in, including tourist Helen Bellin from Ottawa, Canada, who says the experience has been nothing short of memorable. While residents like Josh Hall say the festival is a staple they look forward to each year.
Your first time at Coconut Fest?
Yes, yeah, it is.
How are you enjoying it so far?
Well, we just got here, so just kind of scoping it out and figuring things out. Plan to bathing suits on, so we're going to pop in the ocean in a bit because it looks gorgeous. I love the Bahamas.
It is welcome. It has been lovely. So many people, so many locals, so many tourists. Just a nice mix of people, man.
Vendors also playing a major role, showcasing their unique coconut creations from baked goods to local delicacies, with some participating since the festival's inception.
Every festival I work, as long as I can remember.
Coconut tart, coconut and guava combination, and also we have guava duff.
The event highlighted Bahamian culture and community togetherness, with attendees enjoying fun in the island sun. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Charlia Jones.
Tonight we salute our Facebook friend of the day, Crystal Smith. Thank you so much for your support. And now to look at stories making news. Matthew, what's happening in sports?
A big-time arrival from our Carifta swimmers, because they celebrate not just one, not two, not three, but 8 straight consecutive titles at Carifta.
Awesome. Thanks, Matthew. Don't go away. Sports come your way next, right after this break.
See news in the making? Call us at 352-9713 or 359-5167, or you can email us at zns3news@gmail.com.
At Save More Drugs, we got you. We got what you want. We got what you need. We got what you came for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Save more. At Save More Drugs.
New roads and airports are connecting our islands. Energy reform is bringing electricity prices down, while young Bahamians are stepping up, gaining new skills for new opportunities. Respect for workers. Support for entrepreneurs. We're modernizing energy and infrastructure across our islands and preparing Bahamians to succeed in a new economy. Transformations this big take time. Let's choose progress.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777, and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Can't be happening, but no, man.
What happened, boy?
Hey, Michael, that's you?
Yeah, that's me, but don't Michael me. It looks like we got a flat tire situation.
Wait,
here.
you wouldn't believe. I just got this tire 3 days ago, and the thing done flat.
I feel your pain, but let me tell you something. Let me help you. People don't buy them kind of tires no more. People smart today. Let me help you. Go to KMW Batteries and Tires on West Settlers Way.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, you can get a brand new tire now for a few dollars more or even less. Now, it's a lucky day for you because I got their number right here. Okay. Call them now because you're going to need their road service.
Thank you, Michael. Right now.
KMW Battery and Tire, West Settlers Way. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. 351-2595.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this TGIF edition of the ZNS Sports Cave. I'm Matthew Martin Burrow. It was more than a welcome home for our Carifta swimmers on Thursday. It was a celebration of 8 consecutive Carifta Aquatic Championships. Speaking with team captain Tristan Hepburn and multi-medalist Isabella Cucarulo, they say it's an honor to be a part of such a historic team.
especially for my last year, 15-17, and my last year being eligible for the Carifta Games. I'm very proud of the team, very proud of myself. I'm very proud of our Freeport swimmers. We really came up on top, really did what we had to do.
This is the first team to ever get 8P, so this is an amazing opportunity for me to experience the joy and happiness and accomplishment of this team.
According to assistant coach Ashton Knowles and team manager Karen Pinder-Johnson, the road to the 8th straight was the hardest victory to earn.
I think that it was one of the most difficult and challenging Cariftas we ever had, but we stepped up to the challenge and we did well, so I think it was a great job.
The fact is, everybody thought Team Bahamas was not ready for this meet. It was stiff, the competition was good, but Team Bahama rose up above it.
Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, attended the arrival celebrations, praising parents for their support and athletes for their dedication.
We just want to celebrate them, celebrate all of the wonderful achievements. They mean so much for not just Grand Bahama Island, but for the entire country.
In NBA action, Valdez, VJ Edgecombe and the Philadelphia 76ers faced against the Houston Rockets on Thursday night. VJ filled the stat sheet despite the 113-102 loss. He put up 21 points, 6 rebounds and 8 assists and 2 steals in 40 minutes of play. Several fun-run walks are set for this Saturday in Grand Bahama. The Ministry of Health and Wellness hosts their free event at 5 a.m. at Urban Renewal Garden Villas Park, while Alpha Phi Alpha alongside Fast Track hosting theirs at 6:30 a.m. at Tino Beach, with registration at $20 for adults and $10 for children. And with that, your evening sports final whistle blows. Your local forecast is next. I'm Matthew Martinborough, and I'll see you on the sideline.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Save more drugs. We got you. From cosmetics to prosthetics. What you need for your family. The brands you're looking for. The quality you expect. The prices you need and deserve. Feel the love. Save more at Save More Drugs.
This is definitely the time for BAMSI to continue to build on the progress that we've made. There's now drone technology. There's now year-round container farming. You have hydroponics. You have aquaponics. You have precision farming. There have been record numbers of enrollments, record numbers of flat fishing certifications. We've had record enrollments in our online courses. Students from across the family of islands. Because in BAMSI, we're not just cultivating produce, we're cultivating producers.
We wanted to introduce persons that have never been in the gym into the gym. And the way we do that is by bringing them into a boot camp, introducing them to like cardio on the road, core training, aerobics training, and stuff like that. And then we introduce them slowly into a little bit of training in the gym. So eventually they can graduate into going to the gym. That's the whole purpose of NASFIT boot camp.
My name is Danica, a.k.a. Pretty Lifted.
My name is Nika Udit. I'm from Trinidad.
Body by Johnny here. My role is just to push and motivate clients to get through the workout. No matter how hard it is, you push yourself and commit.
With the first one we did, the community loved it because we put out all those results.
It's going to be fun. You're going to get in shape. And 1 foot in the door is better than
It's summers in 2 months, so let's go. I'm an official trainer at the NASFIT Boot Camp.
I'm an upcoming trainer at the NASFIT Boot Camp. You don't want to miss this. See you there.
I'm Coach Allstate. I'm one of the official trainers in the upcoming boot camp. You can reach us at 806-4238 or 458-5775. WhatsApp or call.
Join the PLP in West End, 7:30 p.m. for the Rally for Progress. Hear from the Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Brave Davis, Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, and a team focused on moving the country forward. We make progress together. Now it's about keeping the momentum. Bring the family, bring your voice, and be a part of the movement. Grand Bahama, choose progress. #1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
That concludes this edition of the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
I'm Matthew Martin-Burrow.
Thanks so much for tuning in.
Who's Sabrina? Oh my goodness, Sabrina was something else, boy. She come in ZNS. You know Sabrina was Miss Hawksville High? Boy, the Hawks don't play, but she come in here ready to go. Man, when Sabrina come in here, you give her take 1, take 2. Sabrina finished doing her work.
And thanks again for your help, Shani. Girl, you know I always appreciate you.
Sabrina and I shared many warm moments during our relatively short time working together. We connected on many levels. We loved being girl moms, and so we would often talk about our daughters and our plans and our activities that we enjoyed with them.
For my entire career at ZNS, you were here. Where do I start now after this? After March 8th, where do I start? Where do I begin? How do I... The work environment feels different. So, I mean, this was only the beginning of what to say. It's so many things to say. But our history and our memories will live on.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, public health care is being strengthened. Hear a stern charge from the nation's leader. The Social Services Minister plots the way forward as he eyes another term in office. And the spotlight on agriculture as the Bahamas moves to improve food sufficiency. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis, and welcome to the broadcast. The government moves to fill staffing shortages within the healthcare system and boost the delivery of care with the latest graduates at the Public Hospitals Authority Academy. As Fern Carey tells us, the Prime Minister has high expectations.
The group of trained clinical nurses, medical billers, and coders are the latest graduates of the Public Hospitals Authority Academy after successfully completing a rigorous course of study and training. The new healthcare professionals will help to strengthen the public healthcare system in the midst of a national and global shortage. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis lauded the graduates for answering the call to national service.
Healthcare is not just another profession. Healthcare is service. Healthcare is trust. Healthcare is humanity in action. And every one of you here today has chosen to be part of that work. That is something to be proud of. My friends, if we are serious about building a stronger Bahamas, then we must be serious about building stronger Bahamians. And that means creating opportunity. It means opening doors. It means making sure that our people are not left on the outside looking in, but are equipped, empowered, and prepared to take their place in the development of this nation.
Health Minister Dr. Michael Dowell congratulated the class of 2026 on their achievement. He also urged them to exercise compassion as they carry out their duties, noting that while excellence is required and professionalism expected, compassion will be the true test of their success.
In our public healthcare system, you will meet people who are very vulnerable. You will encounter families in distress and patients in excruciating pain. As much as they need your professional skills, they will also need your love and compassion.
These graduates will be placed at clinics and other medical facilities across the country.
Colleagues, now as trained clinical nurses, I want you to hear this clearly. Nursing is not merely a job. It is not just a shift to be completed or a series of tasks to be ticked off on a checklist. It is not a vacation, but a vocation. It is a calling to serve. But more importantly, It's a calling to lead at the bedside where others need you most.
The graduates also received certificates and awards for their hard work. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
The Social Services Minister is tonight looking back at some of his ministry's accomplishments this term and is also looking forward to completing the work ahead. Corval Pyfrom has a story.
As his abbreviated first term winds down, Social Services Minister the Honorable Miles Lorota seems pleased with the work he and his team has done. Among its insiders, Social Services is often referred to as the Jesus Ministry, one that often doesn't get the glitz and glamour of the spotlight as others, but has no shortage of phone calls, visits, and requests from those often in dire need of help.
Right now, we have at least, I think, 157 rooms that we are renting on a daily basis to those in need.
That's Minister Lorota talking about the ministry's temporary housing assistance program. But for a ministry with 18 departments under its belt, resources are stretched thin. Despite this, Lorota says the administration is looking to expand assistance programs within the ministry, particularly shelters. The first ever domestic violence shelter was built and opened with another under construction. And then there are those challenged by increasing cost of life.
If we are fortunate to be elected, that would be an area of which we would pay attention to, because you have, in some parts of our society, the working poor. These are individuals who are working, but you look at the price of gas. Some of the shocks that we experience and have nothing to do with the Bahamas.
And attention, the minister says, will also be focused on improving facilities that cater to youth rehabilitation, primarily the William A. Pratt and Simpson Penn schools.
We have to encourage those children who may have run afoul of the law to let them know that the government has not given up on them, and that even though they are paying for their indiscretions, that we also want to provide a space where they can thrive, and it's not where they start in life, but we are prepared to give them opportunities for when they come of age.
He's also pleased that in this current budget, the government was able to increase its subventions to charitable organizations and its humanitarian partners, and even suggests that even more assistance is ahead. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Meantime, the Ministry of Social Services, in conjunction with the National Child Protection Council and Suspected Child Abuse and Neglect, or SCAN, carved out time for church this morning to kick off Child Protection Month. A mix of multi-agency officials and students came together to worship and shine the spotlight on the issue of abuse against children, which even though is underreported, its prevalence is still troubling. This year's theme is Building Safe Spaces, a community promise to our children. Social Services Minister, the Honorable Miles Lorota, says protecting the children is an entire community's responsibility.
The government, through the Department of Social Services and the Child Protection Unit, continues to strengthen systems that respond to report of abuse and support vulnerable families. Social workers, case aides, law enforcement officers, medical personnel, teachers, and counselors work tirelessly every day to intervene when children are in danger and to ensure that their best interests are protected.
With this year's election season in full swing, political activity is ramping up across the capital. On Thursday, the Bain and Grantstown communities saw the official opening of its PLP constituency office, aimed at strengthening outreach and support for residents. The Progressive Liberal Party's candidate for the constituency, Wade Watson, and Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis says the office will serve as a hub for addressing the constituency's concerns and connecting constituents with critical services.
Understands that the people here want safer streets.
Yes, sir.
They want a stronger path.
Yes, sir.
For young men and young women to succeed.
Yes, sir.
They want better access to jobs and training.
Tell them, PM.
They want help for small businesses.
Sir.
They want government services that move faster and make life easier.
Yes, sir.
They want a representative who stays close and fights hard.
Yes, sir.
That is why Wade is offering. That is why we stand proud to say we support, as the PLP, Wade Watson.
Yes. We've started affordable housing and revitalization of homes in the Baines and Grantstown constituency. We've turned abandoned.
And speaking of future plans, the opposition leader is making his own set of promises if the Free National Movement were to win the upcoming general election. According to Michael Pintar, this includes exploring VAT rebates and other tax relief measures for home buyers as part of an overall plan to construct 5,000 homes within a 5-year period. Also on the to-do list, reviewing government spending priorities, which would include removing certain line items like travel expenses while reassessing allocations across major sectors. The opposition leader believes these adjustments could help redirect funding toward initiatives aimed at strengthening housing development and strengthening economic opportunities for Bahamians.
We will remove monies from several line items. One would be the consultancy budget, where the government has spent somewhere in the vicinity of $280 million for a wide range of consultants on whose performance they have not offered an explanation. Secondly, we will remove some of the funds from the travel budget so that we are able to afford some of the key things we have mentioned. For example, paying those persons who administer NHI, the doctors, the laboratories, the nurses, buy additional ambulances, ensure that our clinics and hospitals consistently have medication.
And former Prime Minister Dr. Hubert Minnis is gearing up for the official rollout of his independent campaign tomorrow, the move marking a new chapter in his political journey after leading the Free National Movement into a sweeping victory back in 2017. Dr. Minnis says Saturday's launch will outline a series of initiatives aimed at strengthening Killarney, a constituency he has long held, coupled with broader international concerns impacting Bahamians.
As I've said before, Killarney is not just a constituency. It's a community. And the community, we work together. It's not red, it's not yellow. We're all a community. Tomorrow, we will have our official launch, and I'm certain we will have hundreds of people out there that want to hear what I have to say. I would put a segment aside where you can ask any question you want, any question you choose, be it political or non-political, and you will hear the God's truth from me. Thank you very much.
And still to come, prayers for a peaceful general election. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report.
It has the looks, the style, the performance. Your new car is everything you always dreamed of. Now it's here. Commonwealth Bank was happy to help put you behind the wheel with a new car loan at a competitive rate and fast, friendly approval. It's a service that just comes naturally to us, just like how love of tradition comes naturally to you. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
John, I just found out that KFC has an irresistible promo.
Crunch into the juicy flavor of the new KFC Wrap Star, a classic made modern that's crunchy, melty, and grilled to perfection for all the journeys of your day. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, VAT on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the F&M, that changes, because their job is to work for you.
It's back. Agri-Expo 2026, presented by the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, April 10th through 12th at the Gladstone Road Agriculture Center. Agriculture, our heritage, our future, comes alive with the latest farming technologies, exciting cooking demonstrations and competitions, Bahamian farmers and vendors from across the islands, fun for the kids at the kitty corner, nightly musical concerts, and free admission for everyone. Bring the whole family and celebrate what feeds our nation. Agri-Expo 2026. Let's get growing.
You're looking at a shot of Nassau Street. On the left sits the South Street Police Station, and on the right, St. Agnes Cemetery. That shot courtesy of Shane Gibson. Religious leaders coming together last evening to call for divine intervention ahead of tens of thousands of Bahamians heading to the polls next month. As Lloyd Allen tells us, it was also an opportunity to speak to a myriad of social ills impacting this country.
Members of the Christian community joining in song and prayer as they gathered Thursday at the heart of Nassau for the annual prayer for the nation and call for peace as the country approaches the 2026 general elections. With the members of the political community also in attendance, including Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis and Foreign Affairs Minister the Honorable Fred Mitchell, Bahamas Christian Council President Bishop Dalton Fernando calling the prayer necessary and a godsend for the Bahamas.
Tonight is a wonderful opportunity. It speaks to who we are as a people, that before a general election, space and place could be given for a national day of prayer.
Bishop Fernando also shared on some of the prayer areas for the event.
I thank God that we live in the Bahamas, that we could still call on the name of God freely and invoke His presence in our election, during our hurricane season, and during these troublesome times. It means a lot to see the governing body, the Prime Minister of the Bahamas, not only be here, but acquiesce that there should be a moment of prayer.
Attendees Reverend Muriel Lightbourne and Tafari Gibson say for the country they had to attend.
Prayer is important, and as we look around us and we see what all is happening in our country today, the only thing and the only resolution we have is prayer. And until we understand that prayer changes things, till we understand it, it's not our MP, it's not our this, it's not even our pastor, it is prayer.
Our young people is in need of prayer. And if I can receive it and carry it wherever I go to help my peers and to help the people around me pray, I will do that. So I'm here tonight to take this power, to take this unity and take it into the communities.
The national prayer, according to Bishop Fernando, has been active for more than 8 years, with inclusion across all religious denominations and a clear request for peace and prosperity across the Bahamas. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
A $500 million dream became a reality on Thursday as William Pizzorni, the founder and CEO of Legacy Marina Resort at Blue Water Key, celebrated the completion of Phase 1 of this massive project. On hand for the ceremony, Transport Minister, the Honorable JoBeth Colby Davis, who boasts about the project's impact on this economy.
This marina means jobs, not just for the dock masters and the mechanics, but for the local shops, the restaurants, artisans, and the service providers who make our community thrive.
The resort spans over 20 acres of land and will feature 130 hotel rooms, 42 luxury residential units, a 120-slip marina, dry storage facilities, and a clubhouse and a restaurant. Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis expressed his optimism as the project continues.
Every detail of this project reflects precision, innovation, and a clear vision. More importantly, it reflects the confidence that investors have in our economic prospects. Through major investments, the business community has given its vote of confidence in our future. As more investments are made, we are gaining momentum, and we are primed to see even more growth over the next several years.
Dozens of exhibitors lined the grounds of the Gladstone Road Farmers Market as government officials, farmers, and other agriculture enthusiasts opened this year's Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources Agribusiness Expo. At this morning's opening ceremony, Agriculture Minister the Honorable Jomo Campbell emphasized the importance of supporting local farmers and reducing reliance on imports.
Every booth you see on this campus represents a family, represents a vision and a contribution to a stronger more self-reliant Bahamas. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in a time where global supply chains are becoming increasingly more uncertain. Disruptions around the world have made one thing clear. Food security is not an option. It is essential.
This year's expo themed Agriculture, Our Heritage, Our Future. During his keynote address, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis says it serves as a powerful bridge between two eras.
It reminds us that our forefathers, as I indicated, lived off the soil and the sea out of necessity. Our descendants will flourish because of the foundations that they laid. This theme is a tribute to our heritage. It celebrates the traditional knowledge passed down through generations, the intuitive wisdom of planting by the moon, the mastery of our fishing grounds, and the resilience required to sustain a family in an island nation. At the same time, it signals a bold shift toward our future. We are moving from simple survival toward wealth and true sovereignty.
In other news this evening, members of the Bahamas-China Trade Association recently met with officials from the Chinese embassy in an attempt to deepen economic ties with the country's second-largest trading partner.
At a meeting at the embassy, we've had a great relationship with the embassy as we've been taking people to China for the past basically 2 decades now. And it's going very well, especially in this present trade environment. Of course, I don't know if you know, Bahamas does almost $1 billion in trade, $900 million in trade with China every year. China's our second largest trading partner next to America. And so, the Bahamians are taking advantage of these opportunities in order to bring, to get business opportunities and also to bring the cost of living down for Bahamians.
And now the organization is prepping to host another delegation to China on April 16th in the hopes of expanding business opportunities right here in the Bahamas.
We're going to be gone for about 2 weeks and a few days, and we'll be visiting 2 cities, Guangzhou and Shenzhen. Guangzhou is where the trade fair is, and that's the largest trade fair in the world. The world goes there, and it's about 5 to 6 football fields, 2 to 3 stories high, and it's just an awesome time that we're going to be having. I always say this, all you need is one product, and you're straight.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Full Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
It's back. Agri-Expo 2026, presented by the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, April 10th through 12th at the Gladstone Road Agriculture Center. Agriculture, Our Heritage, Our Future comes alive with the latest farming technologies, exciting cooking demonstrations and competitions, Bahamian farmers and vendors from across the islands, fun for the kids at the Kitty Corner, nightly musical concerts, and free admission for everyone. Bring the whole family and celebrate what feeds our nation. Agri-Expo 2026. Let's get growing.
2021. Borders overrun. Gang wars raging. Crime out of control. 4 years later, we're stronger. More than 1,000 new police and defense force officers, new interceptors protecting our waters, record numbers repatriated, and with stronger security partnerships, tougher anti-gang laws, and shantytown crackdowns, we're tightening our grip. Stronger borders, safer streets. This fight is never finished.
Taking the kids out for ice cream? Easy. Well, mostly. But paying? That part's actually become simpler and safer than ever. A quick tap of your card uses encrypted contactless technology designed to protect your information while speeding up checkout. No cash to count, no fumbling for change while the kids are deciding on sprinkles. Because some things should be easy, like paying for a little happiness. The future of pay is digital.
Like, where you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Wait, that included, but
I need the $10 special plate. How many would you like? 20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it? The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Our Royston and Malena joins us live for a sneak peek of Access Now. Guys, I think I missed the wearing blue memo, but you guys are definitely popping for autism awareness.
Yes, we are. Yes, and we've got a lot of blue in the studio, too, so I feel like, you know... Yes, we've covered all of the bases, for sure. As for what's coming up in the show tonight, it's Entertainment Friday, so you know what that means. We've actually got two local legends in the house tonight. A sibling duo, you might be able to guess who they are. If you can't, you're just going to have to wait to find out. But they're going to be telling us all about their new song. We'll even get a sneak peek at the video. That sounds great, gracing our stage. Speaking of the weekend plans as well, they're going to be the Agri Expo, which I believe started today. If you haven't checked it out, you need to. There's so many vendors displaying their wares, an incredible amount of talent, and you got to check it out. Food. Got that.
Food. Well, stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report continues right after this.
Tasha, what you saying? Girl, right here, rushing to cash, J.S. Johnson. I gotta renew my insurance. Oh, I with JSJ too, but I don't wait in line. I just pay online. Stop it. How you do that? Just email info@jsjohnson.com and say, sign me up for the online service center. They'll reach out and hook you up. You ain't never have to stand in line again. Amen to that. Save time. Pay online. Sign up for J.S. Johnson's online service center today.
Insurance, peace of mind. Sweet and spicy, marinated right, tossed with chili, garlic and ginger, got many flavors, like honey barbecue. Signature hot wings, turn on the heat for you. Those pepper wings, what's your flavor? Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken, you know. So many flavors to try. What's your flavor? Honey barbecue, sweet and spicy, all new. Signature hot wings. What's your flavor? Roasted garlic parmesan, tastes so good, chicken, you know. Those pepper wings.
Behind every strong economy is a bold entrepreneur, and we're here to support them, island by island. On Long Island, we've helped 77 entrepreneurs turn their dreams into thriving businesses. Through over $1.9 million in approved funding, the SBDC is strengthening Long Island's economy by investing in its leading sectors: fishing, transportation, and agriculture. No matter the island, every business we support strengthens the economy, starting with yours. SBDC, Bahamas.
Hi, I'm Brent Burrows, Vice President of Retail and Sales here at CBS Bahamas. When it comes to hardware or home improvement items, we guarantee the lowest prices. That's our price match guarantee. If you find anything we sell for a lower price anywhere in the Bahamas, let us know about it. We will beat that price. We want your business. Shop at CBS Bahamas or cbsbahamas.com.
Well, that does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang. Bang bang bang. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding bang ding. Ding ding bang.
Health is the greatest gift. That's where we come in. Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies is a premier distributor of medical equipment, as well as medical and surgical consumables. Our engineers are always on hand, providing top care service that saves lives. We carry a wide selection of over-the-counter and prescription items, IV fluids, and other injections. Our products are state-of-the-art, and our entire team stays on top of cutting-edge technology. With more than 2 decades of dedicated service, Bahamas Medical and Surgical Supplies continues to be a trendsetter and innovator in healthcare. We have set ourselves apart by truly caring for our customers. We understand the intricacies of healthcare, and we produce spectacular results. We cherish our partnerships and nurture our friendships as we continue on our quest to help everyone maintain that wonderful gift of good health.
Find us on 95th Terrace, Centerville, and now located in the Lucaya Shopping Center of Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Good to grow. Keeping you in the know. Keeping you in the know. God, it's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow. It's good enough to eat, then it's good to grow.
And then I was like, why are you so obsessed with me? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Are you okay? Look like you could use a deep condition. We'll work on that later. I'm getting down and dirty at the Down to Earth Adventure Farms. This 9-acre hidden gem off of Cowpen Road is going to be full of exciting things, from fruits to farm animals and even more. Let's see what I get into. It's giving Cowboy Carter tour. Bucking. Let's go. First things first. Pull your cutlass ever so tightly. Grip your coconut by the rear, right?
But normally I'll cut it like from the bottom, because if it have the strap on it, that'll allow me to hold the coconut all the way up height. So I ain't gonna chop my finger. So I'll come around and keep scaling around and twisting it. And once I reach there, I find the nut. So I'll chop the nut, get to the hole, and that's where I get the rock. A bit more forward.
Ugh! Like harder than that?
You want me to help you with that?
Nope, I don't. I'm a strong, independent woman. I can chop a coconut. I milked a goat. What can't I do? Let's pretend like I did it. Leave the last piece.
Oh, okay, cool.
Let's pretend. So I just finished this, and this is the last piece. Ta-da! Did it by myself, right?
You would have got this. You would have got this.
Did it by myself, right?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You sure did.
Just nod.
You sure did.
I deserve this. You don't understand. I was riding sheep today.
Yeah.
Literally. Mm-hmm. But not the inbred ones.
I hear that.
Mm-hmm. That's a big problem, apparently.
Why so?
People aren't separating their male goats and sheep from their females.
Oh,
so,
inbreeding.
Yeah,
yes,
inbreeding,
yes, I know about that.
One of the things that you need to have different males, because the males is 50% of the genetics.
Okay.
So in this particular spot, like the goats, Cody, I don't know if Cody told you guys, but we have like 17 different genetics in this farm.
Wow.
To ensure that we don't have the inbreeding problem.
Okay. I'm not a farmer, but I would assume the inbreeding would cause like a lot of defects, the same way it does in like humans.
So you get small animals doesn't grow as fast. They susceptible to diseases and parasites, which is another big problem in the country. Right? We have a huge parasite issue, especially amongst goats.
And then I was like, why are you so obsessed with me? You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Are you okay? Look like you could use a deep condition. We'll work on that later.
Oh, you got to hold on this side. Okay, good. Now look at the camera.
I definitely got down and dirty at the Down to Earth Adventure Farm. There's so much to do back here. We play with the pony, there's ATV riding, there's petting zoo for the kids, and so much more. and they, along with tons of other agriculture vendors, will be at Agri Expo April 10th to 12, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. at the Farmers Market off of Gladstone Road. I will see y'all there. But until then, just road. Whoa, yeah, Jesus.
A standout feature of this year's Agri Expo, the Okra Orchard. We've got the details.
Plus, Brief hosts budding reporters at their youth environmental journalism workshops. Those details straight ahead.
Also, the Able Hands charity group gives a big donation at a luncheon with the Willard Patton Preschool. You want to stay close for that.
And of course, we've got your Access Now Total Sports.
Tonight, Access Now starts now.
Good evening on this Entertainment Friday. I'm Royson Jones.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, Access Now.
Today is recognized as Golfers' Day, a celebration of the game, the players, and the joy of just being out on the course. And with the Masters tournament going on this weekend, it's a lot for golf fans. They're just really excited about it.
It's a big time for them. Now, I'll be honest, me personally, I don't know that much about golf. I'm decent at mini golf. Like, yes.
Heard you're good.
Yes, people fear me at mini golf. But it's really my grandfather, Calvin Cooper. He's in the Grand Bahama Sports Hall of Fame for golf. So he was the golfer in the family.
History there.
But for me, to be honest, it just seems like a lot of walking in the sun. It's the sun part, which is why I enjoy mini golf, because that can be done at night.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You have to walk for, I mean, they're getting the thousands of steps in, of course, over this weekend period. And I mean, with the golfers out there, they're playing for $20 million in prize pools. So it's...
Well, that would keep me focused. That would motivate me. I would be willing to walk in the sun for that. That'll work on me.
I'm sure you would.
Sign me up.
I can relate to that, of course. And with that said, let's dive right into the news. The Ministry of Agriculture officially opened its annual Agri-Business Expo, and one vendor's turning heads and taste buds. The Okra Orchard, a predominantly female-run farm, is serving up more than just snacks. They're serving up innovation. Known for their signature plantain chips, the team is proving that farming and flavor go hand in hand.
So I'm happy to say we have our own brand of Bahamian-made plantain chip. There are two flavors. There's sea salt, and then there is goat pepper.
That this year, they're switching things up by introducing new products and a fun play on traditional nachos.
Normally, at these events, we would just bring out our chips. But today, we have our dips. We're offering a Bahamian-made nacho. And what that really is, it's just our plantain chips, lobster salad. You can get a pineapple salsa, a mango salsa, and some aioli.
Now, the Agri Expo continues through the weekend until Sunday, and of course, we encourage you to check it out. I know I will be.
Meanwhile, young Bahamians are being empowered to tell environmental stories through a series of workshops hosted by the Bahamas Reef Environment and Educational Foundation. The initiative is part of Brief Students for Environmental Action program focused on food security and climate change, equipping students with skills in marine conservation, water safety, and environmental storytelling. Over 6 weeks, students participated in hands-on activities including snorkeling, CPR training, and outdoor photography sessions, all while learning writing, video, and interview techniques. Workshops also took students to Bluefields Farm, where they explored sustainable food production and practiced storytelling in real-world settings. Organizers say the goal is to inspire a new generation of environmental advocates and storytellers as the program feeds into the Young Reporters for the Environment competition, giving students a chance to represent the Bahamas internationally.
It looks like a whole lot of fun. And speaking of inspiring story, as the saying goes, small acts of kindness go a long way. The Able Hands nonprofit organization donated 120 packages to students of the Willard Patton Preschool, ensuring that all they had a nutritious meal during the school day. Able Hands director Ann McCoy-Minnis says the donation is a part of an ongoing commitment to support children and families in the community.
At Able Hands, we believe that no child should go without encouragement, support, and basic care. So as a part of our mission, this reflects what we're doing today, supporting communities.
The donation was made possible with the assistance of community sponsors such as Demerits Funeral Home, who partnered with the organization to ensure the needs of children in the Baines and Grantstown area are always met. And of course, still to come, we've got entertainment legends in the house who will be gracing the Access Now stage a bit later on.
And Diane Dorset has her Access weather forecast, so stay close.
A storied party falling apart. F&M's fleeing. Chaos. Confusion. Even court battles. What's happening with the F&M is sad. Divided. Directionless. Dysfunctional. The ones left behind won't admit it, but it's chaos inside. They say a fish rots from the head down. If Michael Pintard can't keep his own party together, how can he run an entire country?
Everyone hates a dead car battery. Why not get a battery that lasts and has a 12-month warranty and is only $64.50? Intercontinental batteries are made with German technology, compatible with Japanese, US, and European vehicles, and adapts to warm climates.
All right, good to go.
These batteries are high quality, affordable, innovative, and only available at AID. Visit us online or WhatsApp us at 427-0026. AID, all you really need and more.
Grand Bahama, the pageant capital, will play host to the hottest youth event of the year. It's the 2026 Exquisite Catamaran Center's Miss Teen Universe Bahamas Preliminaries. Under the patronage of Minister for Grand Bahama and MP for Pine Ridge, the Honorable Ginger Boxey, the most beautiful girls from around the family of islands will compete for the big opportunity to wear the coveted crown. Come and witness the stage heat up in national costume, swimsuit, evening gown, and talent, and a special appearance by Exquisite and Citrus Bahamas pageantry system. It all goes down at the Regency Theater, Friday, April 10th, 7:30 p.m. Admission at the door, $40, and $20 for school students 17 and under. Don't miss the event of the year.
Royson, it's time for your Access weather forecast, your quick look at what's shaping our weather for the next few days. It's Friday, and after a few wet days, it looks like we're transitioning to a different type of pattern, definitely a more enjoyable one. We know there was a front stall to the north and then east of us in the last few days, and its leftover moisture is what provided showers across the islands. But now that that moisture continues to dissipate and build high pressure, not only will our wind pattern increase throughout the next few days, but we'll also notice drier air being ushered in by an area of high pressure. So our satellite picture shows clear skies as a weakening cold front moves south, which means that a stray shower or two are still possible in those areas. So we'll get very windy conditions continuing into next week, with winds slowing down by midweek. For sure, though, the next few days are looking significantly drier and brighter than what we've been seeing so far this week. Now, with that said, in the northwest Bahamas tonight, winds will be northeast at 15 to 25 knots, with seas at 5 to 8 feet. We get a low tide at 8:48 this evening, and small craft operators are advised to exercise caution. Now, in the central Bahamas, winds will be northeast at 15 to 20 knots, with seas at 4 to 7 feet, and a small craft advisory also in effect. Then in the southeast Bahamas tonight, winds will be northeast at 10 to 15 knots, with seas at 2 to 4 feet. In the northwest Bahamas tomorrow and Sunday, winds will be northeast at 15 to 25 knots, with seas at 5 to 8 feet. A low tide at 9:53 in the morning, followed by a high tide at 3:46 in the afternoon. In the central and southeast Bahamas, winds will be northeast to east at 20 to 30 knots, seas at 7 to 12 feet. Therefore, small craft operators are advised to stay near the port. It's time now for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. That was your international temperatures brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. And that wraps up your Access Weather forecast. But join me again at 11 for a full weather update. Have a great weekend, everyone.
A sneak peek of the song I Need It. It's their newest song from the brother and sister duo of Joey Jam and Bahamian entertainment legend Nita. They join me now on set to talk more about the song, their strong ties to the local music industry, and much more. Thank you so much for joining us on Access Now tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Now, obviously, we can't get into this without covering the fact that your father was the late, great Count Bernardino.
Yes, yes.
What was it like growing up at home with that kind of musical influence and music appreciation? I can't imagine that level of, I don't know, powerful music being around you all the time as a child, I'd assume.
I can say one word was anticipation, simply because when the artists would come to the Bahamas, we had Red Fox, we had Flip Wilson. You know, when they would, even when Sidney Poitier came home, my father was always cooking a meal, and they would always come to our house.
You just had legends in and out of the kitchen
all the time.
Sammy
Davis, oh my goodness.
He played for Rat Pack, he played for Kennedy, he played for the Queen of England, he's knighted. He played for Bush.
Yes.
He played for Bush too, president.
Wow.
George Bush Sr.
You know?
Oh my goodness.
It was as kids, we were always like, we had to sacrifice too, because Daddy hardly was home.
Right.
He'd work daytime, nighttime, but he loved us. He always made sure we had what we needed.
And so did you feel like it was almost inevitable that you were both going to get into music, like it was just a matter of time? Or was there a period where maybe you were like, I'm surrounded by music all the time, I don't want anything else to do with no more music?
Accounting was my aim. I was going to study to be an accountant. So I went as far as doing my associate degree.
Wow.
But just before that, I was invited to partake in the first steel band by Eddie Hanna and his constituency at Anstown. His constituency had the band, so my father, being who he was, everybody expected his children to partake and, you know, participating. The first time ever, steel band would be participating in the John Canoe Parade. So I was a part of that historical event. And the instructor that was teaching us the songs, he was impressed by my capabilities.
Wow.
But I was not interested at that time.
Well, I'm glad you turned around and changed your mind. Now, this new song, I Need It, just feels like a love letter to home. Like, not only just the lifestyle, but obviously our musical legends as well. Anyone who's ever lived away from home, I'm sure, will immediately connect to it. Yes. Can you tell us what inspired the creation of this song, and what does it mean for you?
I called my sister Mia, who's also, she sung the first verse. And she lives in Washington State, near Seattle.
Oh yeah, she's far away.
And she worked 5-6 days a week from morning to night. When she was in front of a computer, we were video chatting. And I said, what's wrong? She was depressed, she was tired. She said, I need it, I need Nassau. And something clicked in my mind, because I love to write and I love music. I said, it sounds like a song, Mia, why don't you write it? And weeks went by, she didn't write it. I said, Mia, write the song, because I'm going to write my part. Write your part, and we'll write a part for Lenita to write her part. So she ended up writing it, and I wrote my part. Originally supposed to be Mia first, Nita, and then me the third verse.
Right.
Because I had the first Bahamian rap duo in the Bahamas called Cool and Cold, with Salt the Pepper, Chub Rock, a lot of other people. But we wrote the song, and we rewrote it. Now, Mia sung the first verse, and Nita sang the second 2 verses.
There you go. And what was it like in your writing process to figure out what your verse was going to be?
Well, I am not as good writers as my brother and sister. But like he said earlier, I'm the better performer. I could project and interpret the lyrics through my performance on stage. Yes. And so I didn't participate too much in the writing process.
But it all came together. Everyone's strengths add right up.
It took 3 years for that to come together.
3 years? Well, I'm glad we're getting to see it now, because I also feel like not only is it a beautiful and relatable song, but like we were talking about before the camera started rolling, we're talking about so many legends within the song that it can almost be used in a classroom where they're teaching kids about Bahamian culture, and it's a great way to round up a lot of the greats in one go while also having a fun and catchy song for them to get into. Why do you think it's important that young Bahamians learn about our music history and our cultural history?
I feel it's important because they are the foundation not only for the musical heritage and culture in the Bahamas, but example, Clementi Maynard used to send our father and the whole band all over the world to promote tourism.
Our ambassadors.
For the Bahamas. Before the internet, before all this live, the Jetson had only FaceTime.
Right.
Right?
Yes.
And that is a foundation that helped build the Bahamas what it is today. And it's important for the new generation to understand from whence we came from and where they are now and who helped to build it.
Yes. And we can't wait to see it. We're going to be seeing for the first time I Need It coming up later in the show. Can't wait to hear it. We've got sports coming up next. Stay with us. You're watching Access Now.
The world's a difference. Ruby's Ultra Tech in your car. Fill up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Spend less and go far. Fuel up with Ruby's Ultra Tech. Get the most out every ride. Just watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel up with confidence in every mile. Get Ruby's Ultra Tech in your tank and drive with a smile. Watch your car perform with the best fuel inside. Fuel the difference with Ruby's Ultra Tech.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Spring into action this April with the specials at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets. Mullis Ready Cut Macaroni, 16 ounces, $2.19. Par Excellence Long Grain or Parboiled Rice, 5 pounds, $3.99. Iceberg Lettuce, $2.49 each. Whole chickens, $1.99 per pound. Sea Bass Raw Shrimp, $41.50, 12 ounces, $5.99. Starting with Easter and ending with the regatta, April showers you with savings at Super Value and Quality Supermarkets.
Are you better off today? Brave Davis and his cronies are. Extravagant taxpayer-funded trips, a luxury car for Philip, and hundreds of millions in no-bid contracts for their allies. But for us, gas and groceries through the roof, fat on bread basket items, healthcare broken and unaffordable, and illegal immigrants flooding our communities. While Brave Davis and his cronies keep getting ahead, we pay the price. Under the F&M, that changes, because their job is to work for you.
At Original Patties, quality is always job number one. With 2 convenient locations, you have twice the opportunity to enjoy our beef, chicken and veggie patties, escabeche fish, chicken and mutton roti, and our succulent jerk chicken and pork. Choose from a wide selection of tasty pastries, cakes, and breads, or pull up to our 2 convenient drive-through windows for great service with a smile. Original Patties Bakery Limited, Tonic Williams Darling Highway and Blue Hill Road South.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Sports and Access Now. I'm Charles Fisher. Plans to announce Thursday for the Frying Pan Ramming All Schools Track and Field Championships, April 14th through the 17th at the original Thomas A. Robertson Stadium. For the first time, both primary and high schools will be held at the same time, with the primary going in the morning and high schools in the afternoon. 150 schools of more than 2,000 athletes from throughout the Bahamas will take part. An excited director of sports in the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, Kelsey Johnson-Sills.
On Monday, like I said, 3,000 plus student athletes will be descending here in New Providence. We already have BAISS, and we have the ones from GSSSA. So we took the two top qualifiers from each region. So you would see the 2 top names with the big Qs. they automatically qualified. And then we looked at all of the regions, we compiled the list, and then we said, okay, the next 16 top times or distances, those are the ones who made up the field. So you have top elite athletes coming in.
Now, the title sponsor for this year's event is BTC, Senior Manager of Marketing, Latoya Hannah Moxie.
At BTC, we recognize the power of sport as a unifying force and a catalyst for national development. The Frank Pancho Ramming Championships represent far more than competition. They represent opportunity. They provide a platform for young Bahamians to discover their potential, build confidence, and pursue excellence both on and off the track. This year's championships are especially significant, as it is my understanding that this is for the first time primary, junior, and senior schools and children with special needs where they will all come together on one national stage. That level of inclusion is powerful. It fosters unity across age groups, strengthens the sporting community, and inspires young athletes by giving them a clear vision of what they can achieve.
You can stay tuned to ZNS Total Sports Television. All 4 days will be carried live on ZNS Television Network for those who can't make it down. Well, both our swim, carifta, and track teams back home safely. So where will the 2027 games be held? Track and field is up in the air as we hear from President of the North American, Central American, and Caribbean Athletic Association, better known as NACAC region, Mike Sands.
The process went to the floor for those countries that would have had an offer or an expression of interest. I know, and I will tell you that there were 2 countries, 2 member federations that would have expressed their interest on the floor. There were no bids that were presented prior to the Congress, so therefore we were not in a position to make a decision. But from the floor, St. Kitts and Nevis have expressed their interest, and so does Trinidad and Tobago. And so the position right now is that they have been requested to provide the requisite documents, including a letter of guarantee of support from either their respective governments and or sponsor. Once we receive that, then my council and I will debate and deliberate on it, and a decision will be made we're committed to making a decision within the next 14 days where the next Caribbean Games will be held.
And that's going to put a cap on Sports in Access now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, but before that, stay tuned for the Bahamas tonight for much more in sports.
Can I get 3 flavors in one pizza?
In here, at Little Caesars.
Ahoy! Then I'll take it for a great price.
It's not madness, it's Little Caesars. Pizza.
3 flavors, 1 happy you for just $11 VAT inclusive. Now available at all 5 of our locations. Little Caesars Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street Pineapple Plaza, Charles Saunders Highway, and 1 East Plaza. It's not madness, it's Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Behind every strong economy is a bold entrepreneur, and we're here to support them, island by island. Only Lutheran, we've helped 122 entrepreneurs turn their dreams into thriving businesses. Through over $3 million in approved funding, the SBDC is strengthening Eleutheran's economy by investing in its leading sectors: tourism, food and beverage, and agriculture. No matter the island, every business we support strengthens the economy, starting with yours. SBDC, Bahamas.
You're looking at a shot of the Edmund Moxie Park, and it's time now to take a trip to the Berry Islands. Let's go.
Now, more than 100 students at the R.N. Gomez All-Age School in the Berry Islands are now fully benefiting from the government's National School Breakfast Program. During a tour of the campus on Thursday, Minister of Education and Technical and Vocational Training, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, hailed the program's growing impact across the country.
This program, when it began as a pilot project. Then it expanded to Family Island schools, primary schools. And then it expanded to all primary schools. And now they're saying it will go to junior high schools. We've demonstrated already a commitment to this program, and it has grown and expanded under under this particular term.
And now the live performance of I Need It by Nita and Joey Jam.
Nita.
Joey Jam.
Love you.
Love you too.
I need it.
You do? Me too.
We love Utah.
I need it. Oh, I need it. I need it. Oh, I need it. I need it. Oh, I need it. I need it. Oh, I need it, need it, need it. I've been gone away far too long. Start to feel like something is wrong. Walking around like a zombie out here. Facing smiles just to look like I care. Thinking about the sun and the sea. Wiggling toes in the sand, feeling free. Eating mangoes from the backyard. Thinking about it only makes me mad. Staring at a screen at my desk. Not a break, not a moment of rest. Tired of working from dusk till dawn. Oh Lord, I need my last song. I need it. Oh, I need it. 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 Need it. Need it.
There you go. I Need It. And speaking of what you need to see, we got a sneak peek of that music video earlier. Can't wait till we can all actually get to experience. You have people from all over just talking about how special the islands we call home are.
Absolutely beautiful. I want it and I need it. Always got to come back home. That's going to do it for us on Access Now for tonight. But before we close, a reminder that today many are taking part in Reach's Paint the Town Blue initiative in support of Autism Awareness Month.
Yes, and it's wearing blue this month. It's just a simple but powerful way to show an understanding and making sure people feel included. And so all we want to do is say, wear your blue on Fridays, and have a great and safe weekend. The Rundown with Howard Grant starts next.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
After 66 steps, I'm Matea Cunningham. This is ZNS.
Good evening. I'm Howard Grant, and welcome to the Rundown for another Friday. It's a Friday evening. It's a wonderful, wonderful day. So grateful to be in your company. Always grateful to be here with you. I'm so excited to be able to talk about these things, as you know that we are officially in election season. And whatever the fodder was that existed prior is come to a halt now, and we are full-fledged in this sort of a race to the finish. May 12th, as you know, is the election day, and I'm hoping that everyone is registered to vote who has that sort of an idea, that aspiration, that determination to be able to vote. I'm sure that a great deal of persons, if we hear about it or we have not heard about it, truly a lot of persons would be able to say whether or not they have been given an opportunity. But Harrison Thompson, in his particular capacity as Commissioner for the Parliamentary Registration Department, would have done all he can to be able to ensure that there's transparency, accessibility, and an opportunity for you to register to vote. Now, I said this, and I want to be able to say this again to you with clarity for you to be able to understand something. Listen, I don't want to hear you if you ain't registered to vote. If all you are is a walking, plausible thumb billboard for an organization and incapable of being able to go to the polls, I don't want to hear all this kind of stuff. We have to get back to sovereignty and the very clear idea and understanding of our responsibility in this particular capacity to contribute to the growth and development of this country through whatever means necessary, whether that is to your political organization as an independent or the PLP, the FNM, the COI, the DNA, wherever you choose to be, participate.
participate in the growth and development of this, your country, the Bahamas. The world continues to be able to change. We're watching what's happening with the United States of America, Israel, and Iran. We're watching about these particular things. It is time for us to understand that we must contribute to growth and development of this country. And in the great words of our former Prime Minister and leader of this country, I want to be able to say the Supreme, Shilin and Pinlin, let's be very clear in our particular capacity. If you're in the boat, you either got to be able to fish or cut the bait. Other than that, what are you here for? Let's be decent. Joining me on this kind of a show today and being able to join and have a great conversation on this Friday evening is none other than my very good friend, Garth Roseborough. Garth, it is so wonderful to see you, my brother. What's happening?
Oh, it's good to be here again, Howard Grant. It's a Friday evening, and I think it was a lazy week for many of us. We had such a great last weekend. Many folks went to church. Some folks hadn't been to church for the entire year, but they did go to church last weekend.
Just in case Jesus comes.
Yeah.
You got to make sure.
It's one of those times where the behemoths just have to show up. You know, the one suit you got or the one dress you got with the big hat, you got to wear that today and show your face. And of course, there was celebrations on Monday as we had a public holiday. And during the course of this week, I think we all look forward to the House just simply being prorogued and getting this show on the road.
Dissolved.
We had to dissolve this thing and just do what we got to do.
House of Assembly was dissolved on Wednesday of this week. We would have been able to see Commissioner, what's her name? Shanta. Shanta Knowles, right?
Yeah, I thought that
I just want to be decent with you. I just want to be decent with you. Commissioner Shanta Knowles being able to take on her position and being able to read the proclamation at the steps of the House of Assembly and indicate that this is the dissolution of the House of Assembly. We know that Wednesday midnight would have been your last opportunity to be able to find yourself registered to vote. Thursday, everything was actually 100% kick mode. We've been able to see on Wednesday evening information that came from the Progressive Liberal Party being able to speak to their vision, the blueprint for change and what the expectations are right here on ZNS. You'd be able to see that. So you can go and check out the YouTube pages to find out more information about that if you're concerned about that. I'm sure that leading up to the general election, we're going to hear more about the Charter for Governance, the blueprint for change, the manifesto, whatever the Free National Movement has. And also you're going to be able to get access to the COI's position. If you want to be able to find that, I'm sure you can go online and find that at the Coalition of Independents. I don't know their website, but I'm sure it's Coalition of Independents something. So you can be able to go and find that out to be able to get yourself informed. And I don't know if you're one of these people who just make a determination based upon sort of a feeling or a mode or this sort of an idea that, hey, listen, I feel this, I feel that, hey, whatever it is, I would like to be able to say with clarity that every political organization has presented to you a plethora of emotions, concepts, ideas, positions of why you should choose them. So if it's religious, they got a little something that, well, this one went to church and they love Jesus and they are this and that. They got that. If it's something that is intellectual, or this one went to this school, or whatever it is, there is a proverbial buffet available for you to be able to consume. You have to sort out this information and identify the candidate of your choice in the next general election. I want to be able to talk about that.
Well, we anticipated that with the war taking place across the globe, on the other side, that it may have somewhat affected the whole idea as to the stability or the economic stability of the Bahamas, rise in gas prices. And of course, we saw the lowering of VAT. And that had a conversation for a very short time, Howard Grant. I don't think it was that impactful as to change the minds of people, because in my mind, I think their minds have already been set. I'm not seeing a big disturbance in the country right now to say that the change that we're looking for is a change that's going to be drastic. I know that there's going to be, as you say, some casualties in terms of some people who are not
political war.
Yeah, they're not performed well. There have been absentee politicians, and of course they will reap their reward. But to say that right now we can see a light at the end of the tunnel in a different direction, I don't think that is evident at this particular time, Howard Grant.
Well, I want to be able to talk with clarity about these things, about the casualties that we see. I think a lot of persons are interested in being able to hear our take on why we've identified certain constituencies as various casualties. I just want to be able to say this. As a result of the House being dissolved, I think it's now time for us to be able to have a very clear understanding about this. I hinge the general election on the constituency of Pinewood. I do that. I hinge the general election and the potential outcome for this. I know we normally do this in the southern corridor.
Of course.
Being able to identify that, being able to identify that from Adelaide all the way back down there to Yamacraw on the southern side to make a determination about these particular things. You would have heard that. You would have been able to identify that over the course of the last 20 years, you would have been able to identify that political general election shift based upon the momentum that actually exudes or is projected out of the southern corridor of the city of Nassau.
Now,
however, I don't necessarily see, okay, I just got to be able to quantify what I'm saying, because if I don't quantify it, it's emotional. So let's quantify this.
Oh, please do.
In the constituency of Pinewood in 2017, Reuben Rahman got 2,235 votes.
Okay.
In the same constituency, Reuben Rahman, less than 5 years later, got 937 votes. Okay? Which was a significant decrease of over 1,100 votes.
Okay.
That he presented there. In the constituency of Pinewood, we would have watched 308 votes in 2017 for the Coalition of Independence leader in the person of Megan Bain, I'm sorry. And we saw that he gained another 200 and some votes, 300 votes almost, being able to find himself in the position of 600 and some votes in 2021. If he stays on this trajectory, there's an expectation that he gains another 300 votes. And those votes would come from the Free National Movement, yet again. However, Kayla's role in 2017 would have gotten, I think, about 1,600 and some votes, losing that particular constituency. In 2021, Miles LaRota would have been able to gain less than 100 or about 100 votes and being able to retain about 1,700 votes in that particular capacity, and watching the FNM significantly reduce. Now, if we look at the constituency of Pinewood and identify this constituency, we would see over the course of the last 3 general elections that, let's just take the last 3 to 4 general elections, they have not chosen or identified to retain any candidate, FNM or PLP. However, the dynamics of the constituency have shifted. There has been a concept that has been presented to the people. The viability of this particular concept has been deduced by the people. The government of the Bahamas has stood behind the fact that they're going to be able to rectify this with high water marks in these particular places and all these things like that. The possibility of this being able to get done with Miles LaRota's proximity to the government, his articulation, his strength, his likability within the confines of government. We're not talking externally yet. We're talking about within the confines of government. The Prime Minister, Philip Brave Davis, has an affection for Miles LaRota. Miles LaRota, unlike a great deal of persons, have had more than one opportunities to be promoted and given opportunities over the course of the last 5 years. Even so much so that he's been pulled within the office of the Prime Minister. Being able to work out of that and being able to have the auspices of strategic and specific positions. That means that the government of the Bahamas and the Prime Minister has a confidence in Miles LaRota as an individual that gives him immediate access, that gives him proximity, that gives him relationship, that combined with his tenure, that gives him experience. If the people of Pinewood choose a novice over Miles LaRota, despite his political position, with all the potential and quote-unquote potential progress that can be able to come to the constituency of Pinewood, if they choose who I identify as a novice, that he doesn't have a relationship yet, he doesn't know if his government's going to get in yet, he doesn't know what he could access yet, there's no promise that he's going to be able to get a cabinet position, and you choose this novice over Miles LaRota, I know it's finished for the Progressive Liberal Party.
Yeah, but you see, the one aspect of your conversation that I saw lacking those, and I think you mentioned it, is the fact that Pinewood is a flip-flop seat. It's never voted the same twice. And so, with that being
I don't know if we could call him a flip-flop.
I wouldn't validate that to say, because it would just simply just flip-flop again. I mean, it's just a natural occurrence for Pinewood.
And there's another one. That for me was the pinnacle. The second constituency or seat that I identify that can tell the tale of what our expectation could be leading into May 12th or post-May 12th.
Let me hear this.
Is Fort Charlotte.
That's another heavy seat that you're calling. I mean, come on, look at the variables.
Let's talk about this.
Yeah, but okay. In Pinewood, let's just be real. Pinewood Garden, let's go back to Pinewood if I may. You have a flood issue that unless the Messiah himself comes down from heaven.
It ain't got to be the Messiah.
So it got to be the Messiah.
Yeah, it's too much.
Only him could walk on water. You can't do it. I sure you can't do it.
These people already didn't buy kayaks. They know how to get on top of the water.
So this is
go ahead.
But that's been an excuse.
Go ahead.
You're bringing us dirt to eat. Come on, man. Come on. This thing don't go away.
He can get food, he can get that.
But look on the other side of things. This gentleman, I wasn't aware of all these things that was happening in Fort Charlotte. I drove through there on the way to another side. When I saw buildings and entities and studios.
There are much more things to be considered when it comes to making a decision than just mere numbers.
How you figure that?
I said to you that there is a buffet of decisions that you can choose from and consume when it comes to going to the polls in the Bahamas. Whether or not you want to be able to identify.
No, that is the maturity.
That's what it is.
No, but it's no maturity in this, Howard Grant.
No, okay, watch it.
Let me show what maturity is. I recall last year there was a conversation about civil servants and their money. You remember that conversation?
Okay.
We were promised something that was not negotiated.
Okay.
It was late. There was a disturbance. The word was you would get it before Christmas. Did they get it before Christmas? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Did they have the money after Christmas? More than likely not. We like things. We like Christmas.
But that's not my point.
The emotion attached to that, when I look at Fort Charlotte, there's going to be an emotion attached to the progress that is in Fort Charlotte.
Well, no.
For you to come in and promise me something that's already being delivered, I don't see that.
Hold on.
I don't see that.
Let's be clear about this. The candidate for Fort Charlotte for the Free National Movement, Travis Robertson, has taken a direct line. He didn't take a beeline. He took a direct line to the proverbial throat of the candidate for the Progressive Liberal Party, which is Sebastian, and indicated with clarity.
They're not for sale.
That Fort Charlotte is not for sale.
Okay, good.
After he run from...
And what is Mr. Roll doing in Pinewood? He's not doing the same thing in a subtle way?
No. There's no subtlety.
Oh, come on, man.
There's no subtlety in this.
What you mean there's no subtlety?
There's only a clear pronouncement to be able to indicate either you pro or you against. When I get back, I want to talk to you about this. When I get back to you, I want to talk about this.
We never fight before. We got to fight now.
No, because we're going to talk about this. I want to talk about Pinewood. I want to talk about the sentiments that exist or potentially exist in the constituency of Fort Charlotte.
Yeah.
And if these people decide to go contrary to what the social norm or the expectation is based upon who's providing progress, then it says to me that we got to be able to look at the sentiment.
Before you're going to break my two seats? St. James, and South Beach.
Let's take this quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be right back with a rundown after this.
Near, far, where can I get 3 flavors in one pizza?
In here, at Little Caesars.
Ahoy! Then I'll take it for a great price. It's not madness, it's Little Caesars.
Pizza. 3 flavors, 1 happy you for just $11 VAT inclusive. Now available at all 5 of our locations. Little Caesars Oaksfield, Carmichael Road, East Street Pineapple Plaza, Charles Saunders Highway, and 1 East Plaza. It's not madness, it's Little Caesars. Pizza.
Behind every strong economy is a bold entrepreneur, and we're here to support them, island by island. On Grand Bahama, we've helped 486 entrepreneurs turn their dreams into thriving businesses. Through over $14.4 million in approved funding, the SBDC is strengthening Grand Bahama's economy by investing in its leading sectors: food and beverage, tourism, and fishing. Every business we support strengthens the economy, starting with yours. SBDC Bahamas.
back to the rundown. I'm Howard Grant. It's so wonderful to have you guys here with us this evening. It is a Friday evening. BIM, warm and easy selector. We're here, we're being able to be laid back. You see, there's no necktie tonight. We're trying to be able to be as relaxed as possible, but it's kind of tight. It's a hard thing to do, especially when we know that we are hop, skip, and a jump away from general elections and possibly the shifting of everything, the dynamics in this particular country. We are grateful to kind of have this kind of a conversation in this democracy, and we want you to participate. Joining me in the conversation is none other than Garth Roseborough, and he and I seem like we can fight today because I put something on the table, and he decided that he gained against that. Now, let's talk about this. When we left off here, I just gave my assessment. I believe that the general election is hinged on two constituencies. One is the constituency of Pinewood, as I indicated, that the candidate Denari, in his particular capacity, whilst he is exuberant, whilst he is youthful, whilst he is determined, and he has a particular fire in his eye, no pun intended, but he has this kind of fire in his eye and this determination to be able to win for his party, the Free National Movement. There is a level of expertise, experience, proximity, and this sort of accessibility in the person of Miles LaRota. And I, just through assessment, I've identified if the people of Pinewood can be able to make a determination to go contrary to who can take care of them, contrary to the proverbial choosing progress in the constituency of Pinewood, then it says to me, it says to Howard Grant, that this mindset may be infectious throughout the country, and it could be a subtle wave that presents as a crest and finds itself being able to billow, borrow over the people of this country. That's one. Two, in the constituency of Fort Charlotte, I presented that particular concept also. And in Fort Charlotte, we see that there is immediate tangible progress with the representation of the person of Sabas in this particular capacity. The torch has been, or the baton, let's call it the baton. The baton has been passed to Sabas Bastian in that particular capacity from the minister and Member of Parliament, longtime politician Alfred Sayers. We like that kind of a transition. We love to see that. We've seen the Easter egg extravaganza, the development of these particular things. He's been able to come to us and say that he's doing loans and opportunities for youth and entrepreneurialism and this and that. He's doing a great deal of things. But Fort Charlotte, for me, represents Old Nassau, represents Old Bahamas. And there is a subtle conviction that exists within these particular persons. And that subtle conviction is the same conviction that existed during the numbers referendum, the gambling referendum, that though they were persons who would have gambled, they still voted against themselves and decided to go with what they perceived to be their conviction in faith. That's all I'm saying to you. If we identify these things based upon a traditional concept, based upon what existed prior, based upon the evidence that is presented from external aspects and previous times of voting in this country, and we apply it to this, and we see a shift in these two constituencies, we could be able to kind of hold our breath for a significant shift in the country. Garth, go ahead.
I would agree.
You're fighting me today.
You see, the gentleman in Fort Charlotte for the Progressive Liberal Party, I almost want to say he's a celebrity. If you don't know him, then you must have just arrived in the country on the boat yesterday. I just want to be
on the boat.
On the boat. Mm-hmm. I personally have never, ever in this lifetime met Travis Robinson. I have met Sabas once. The energy that came from him, it was an energy that is very uncommon in this country. It was one of a statesman. That's how I felt. Forgive me, I've never met Travis Robinson. But as for me, I felt comfortable with Sabas. I felt totally comfortable. We had a great time, great conversation. When it comes to the people in Pinewood Gardens, I have sat with Miles LaRota. I was actually shocked at the amount of, as you say, progress that he has made as an individual in politics. Mm-hmm. The young man who's now going in there,
hold on,
I don't know.
you don't get to make any level of progress in a constituency with legacy issues without the confidence of leadership.
I agree.
I just want to say this, which is all I say to you.
I can't fight you on that.
This is all I say to you.
I cannot fight you on that.
You can't get nothing done as a backbencher.
I'm not going to fight you on that.
Okay, go ahead.
But then, you know, people like Reuben Rami and others have had issues with leadership because they didn't get that type of support either. If you want to throw stones, let's throw it at the glass house. And this young man coming into Pinewood, there's, as you say, no guarantee that he has a fighting chance in hell. I understand he's on the ground. I understand that he's out there doing the best that he could. But sometimes the best just isn't good enough. And so I question Howard Grant. When you compare Fort Charlotte to Pinewood, how do you come to the conclusion that these are two...
It's not comparison. I am only saying as two individual seats.
But I don't see those as seats for the litmus test.
Oh, well, we can get to your seats right now.
Okay.
I see this. If we identify this now, let's do this. Let's do this.
Those are your seats.
These are my seats. Okay?
They're not my seats.
I looked at these particular constituencies. These two constituencies represent the core. Fort Charlotte represents the core of Old Nassau. If you ever rode through Providence Road, if you ever rode through Fort Charlotte and you see the structure of these particular areas, Old Nassau, where the community existed, where there's still proximity, where you still knew your neighbors, where you still had good confidence in being able to speak with people. This is where a great deal of that, not the only place, but this is where a great deal of that is retained in Nassau. I wanted to move to Fort Charlotte when I first moved to Nassau, for more than one reason. Proximity in the middle of the city, you can move wherever you want throughout. You ain't got to worry about traffic, so forth and so on.
You ain't old enough.
Right? But I just didn't move there. It just didn't happen like that. But I'm saying to you, as I look at this representation of Old Nassau, you can't just look at the surface of being able to see this. You can't just look at the aesthetic and say, oh, wow, this looks like Old Nassau. You have to know that to maintain, to retain, to be able to maintain this kind of a concept, you also have to have a mindset. And that mindset is a mindset of conviction.
Okay.
A mindset is a mindset that aligns with the sort of an idea that says, okay, this is who we stand for, this is what we believe in, this is what we intend to do.
Okay, so let me ask you this, and use the word...
This ain't no comparison.
Yeah, but use the word conviction. And I want to know, by population, the 400,000 plus people in this country, how many of us do you believe live by conviction? As a country. I'm not talking Fort Charlotte only, as a country.
It's heavy to say this, you know.
Okay,
it's heavy to say this. And today is a different type of show.
Because we talk about a general election. We talk about no election in Fort Charlotte only. You're using this for the entire general election of 2026.
Yeah, we can do this right now. It's a different type of show, and you can give me a chance to get to this.
Yeah, fix it in 26.
You see, living a conviction is different than making a decision based upon conviction. When you get into the box, your past convictions, your mindset, how it wavers, the frequency up and down, how it's fluid, how one day you feel like this and feel like that, ain't got nothing to do with the one decision that you have to make when you present yourself. Living in conviction is a different concept than making a decision based upon a conviction or a faith.
But does that apply to the straight across the board?
That applies to everyone in this country. That's the only way that you could start the momentum for a wave.
There's no momentum yet.
Hold on. We ain't talking about what exists or don't exist. I'm saying to you, the only way a momentum starts is with conviction. You have to make a decision.
But I'm telling you, there's no conviction. So I can't measure Fort Charlotte for this because there's no momentum, and I don't see no conviction.
I am saying to you, we recognize that the last election in 2021...
Yes.
That
there was a conviction.
There was a conviction.
Oh, there was a strong conviction.
Okay, in 2017, there was a conviction to get rid of former Prime Minister.
There was a conviction.
Perry Christie.
There was a conviction.
Everyone was all aboard with this sort of a concept that they said, you as a good member of Parliament, I enjoy you, but if I vote for you, I'm voting for Perry. I can't put Perry back.
But 2012 was a conviction too.
Of course.
Okay, so those were conviction years.
Okay, so I'm saying to you, and this is going to take us into another course.
Okay.
I'm saying to you, as we identify this and we make this sort of a determination, we saw that in 2021 that particular conviction did not exist with the Free National Movement.
Okay.
Until the last 21 days. The last 21 days of the election in 2017 that take Minnis, Prime Minister
I agree with you.
Minnis into the victory, the greatest victory that the country has seen so far.
I agree with you.
Okay? It took him into this victorious position because of conviction that started as an ember. and bubbled or grew into a significant flame and consumed everything within 21 days.
I remember.
Okay? That means we are a week out from the potential of these particular things happening.
Okay.
Okay, you fight me. We didn't say it. I didn't tell you these particular
I'm still saying
things.
it's still not evident. I don't see it.
It ain't, that ain't how the thing is start.
Okay.
To move from kinetic to potential, it don't gradually happen. It is a move.
So where's the move? I want to know what that move can be.
I just told you the move could happen at any time.
I just want to see what it can be. Because I've seen every other move try to hit the board and ain't nothing sticking. Ain't nothing stuck yet.
That's what I'm saying to you. And what the PLP has done in terms of being able to stave off this potential move is linger on the concept and idea of the likability of this Prime Minister.
Yeah, in so much that every time
you see a picture for any candidate, what you see?
I know what I saw the last time.
Prime Minister, Brave Davis right there, smiling at you with the candidate on the side of it.
I know what I saw.
I'm trying to explain to you. In politics, you use every single element within your arsenal to be able to, this is a psychological warfare. This ain't just, this ain't a battle.
I can tell what rocked my mind.
They're dealing with a psychological aspect that you have to be able to support your candidate and show that the Prime Minister supports this candidate. Even if you don't support them, lean on the grace that you would give Brave for this candidate.
Well, the last time I felt the FNM had something to stick with, your mother crossed the floor. So I figured I took the win on that sale. We ain't looking for that no more. We got to find something else to stick.
Because my mother tells she ain't insignificant, she this, she that.
Your mother go and take the air on the sale. But Howard Grant, my two seats would be South Beach and
Talk to me what?
St. James.
Talk to me what?
St. James is a new seat, and we have now shifting from St. Barnabas, which is another old constituency, coming now with Shannon Doncott, right? Now coming into St. James, which is a fast-growing and new development here in New Providence. So that's the new Bahamas coming your way. When I look at South Beach, which I say is also old, these are the people from BTC or Patelco back in the day, BEC back in the day, people who were policemen, defense force officers, etc., civil servants. Their children now reside in South Beach. So for me, that is another anchor seat. If you understand the use that exists in South Beach, if you understand the cross-section of people that live in South Beach and compare that to the people now living in St. James, I think we'll have a good idea as to how the main people will actually vote. I can see that. Tell me you disagree.
I disagree.
Why?
Because the people that moved from the center of the city who were convicted to be able to make a decision for the PLP, after they would have matured, developed, understood, become educated, moved out, trying to seek opportunity for themselves, they choose to go against the PLP. That's historically
That's not what happened in the last by-election.
The last by-election, you can't quantify that.
What do you mean I can't quantify that?
No, you can't.
Last week Saturday, I think it was Saturday, they had some fairs going on in the Golden Isles and the St. James area. I saw the numbers. And the numbers were huge for the PLP.
Excuse me, let's be very clear. You cannot quantify whether it's West Grand Bahama and Bimini or whether it is Golden Isles in that particular capacity for the by-elections to make a determination that this was what would happen in the general election.
But that's not what I'm saying.
Why? No, I'm telling you. Because the entire cabinet of the Bahamas, every support that they needed, they got from every place else.
This is why I said to you.
Now it's every man.
For himself.
Okay, then talk to me.
And that's why I said on Saturday past, I was astonished.
Hold on.
No, man, I saw.
But that ain't got nothing to do with
nothing. What you mean I got nothing to do with that? That's the man's effort. That's a single person effort in Golden Isles. I saw Darren Pickstock on the park by the roundabout, like they had a doggone Red Cross fair out there. I saw it. I went to Brian Brown's headquarters, who's my good cousin, but I saw his little setup. He doing a little Easter egg thing, and I'm telling you, when he had
his little setup. Why are you doing like this?
I'm stopping foolishness, man. That's my good cousin.
I'm watching you.
That's my good cousin.
You better let it go.
And he had his people there. So I'm only simply saying to you once again, these people are standing on their own, but I'm looking at the record in front of me. I'm not trying to be biased.
Let's be clear.
So there's still an affiliation.
Historically, when we look at the outskirts have decided to be able to make a determination. If we look at Kalani, they make a determination on the conviction, not of the organization, but the individual and what that individual can do for them. prior to it all, you would have been able to see Minnis retain this seat now twice, maybe 3 times in this kind of a determination because of his independent, individual capability of being able to achieve the goals and desires that he wants.
And that would not be
that
a
is
good
the
test.
mindset
Yeah, that would be a different
that
type of
exists
situation.
in the outskirts of the family, in the city of Nassau. When you get to the city, there is a dependency.
That's why I said South Beach, I'm telling you.
From the internal aspect, South Beach is not going to be the same because the relationship that they have with Barker's Road and the relationship or lack thereof that they have with Darren Henfield is what will be measured.
That's what he's saying to you, because the people were dissatisfied with Barker's role all along. Darren came all the way from Abaco to South Beach. We got 2 entities who nobody felt as if they could be comfortable with. And that's why I said it's going to be amazing to me to see who's going to be victorious in South Beach. I know they didn't like Barker's role.
Well, let's talk about it.
I know they didn't understand Darren Henfield. This is why I said, for me, knowing South Beach has never been in the losing column when it comes to politics. They always are in the winning column. I measure with South Beach.
Well, let's talk about it. When we get back, we can have this further conversation to identify those things because I thought that Jeffrey Lloyd was an excellent candidate, articulate, insightful, capable, astute, and, determined to make these things happen. You rejected him.
You thought?
You rejected him.
You can't think.
All right.
We can think. We
can talk about it. Quick break, guys. Going to be right back after this.
Planning the execution of a newscast is serious business. From the assignment to the concept of the story, everything has to be precise, on point, always. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, is your trusted news service. We get it right the first time. Our preparation for you each night is done with care, knowing that our voices will reach you on 700 islands and keys with unquestionable accuracy. It gives me great pleasure each night to say,
welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. I'm your national anchor, Mukesh Lapinder.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer, Mark, crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
And we are back. This is Rundown. I'm Howard Grant, having great conversations with you on this beautiful Friday. Hope you guys are good out there. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on ZNS page. Make sure you like and subscribe and find this information and continue to be able to do this. And so you can be able to access this. This is politics time and politics season. We're here and sitting with my good friend Garth Roseborough, being able to have this conversation with him about where we are and how we identify these things. I'm enjoying this. Now, when we left off, he put two constituencies. After I put my 2 constituencies, he put his 2 constituencies. And the 2 constituencies, he's made a determination that can be able to lead to a potential swing or move in one direction or another is St. James and South Beach. Now, I don't know whether or not I agree with him 100% because based upon the information that we would have received, and I think that, let me prerequisite this. The choice of Owen Wells by the PLP in the constituency of St. James was absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you. Big race. Big race.
Hold on.
Big race. I love it. Big race. This ain't no small race. Big race.
Hold on. Let me read these sentences.
Be decent.
Be decent.
Oh, it's like I feel a spirit coming upon me.
Okay, good.
I feel good.
The choice that the Progressive Liberal Party has made to be able to put the candidate Owen Wells in the constituency of St. James, it's a pairing like fine wine.
Ah, Jesus. You're talking good.
Let me tell you why.
You're talking good.
His representation, his posture, his poise, his articulation, his approach, his approachability, his likability, his accessibility has all, and his professional status all pairs well with the sort of momentum and this idea of people seeking progressive moves. No pun intended, this kind of progressive or this idea of growth and development in a candidate. he embodies what the community aspires for.
And you're talking good.
I just want to be decent. I'm not trying. I'm not. See,
you're talking good.
I shake his hand one time. I don't know. I don't know.
Listen.
I don't need telling you.
Let me tell you why I love this race.
This pairing was a good pairing.
Yes, and I love it because we just came out of a by-election.
Any other candidate, you could count the PLP out of the race.
Man, you're talking good. You're talking good. Oh, geez, you're talking good.
Any other candidate. Let's do this. Let's do this.
Got me breathless.
Let's do this.
You got me breathless.
Let's do this.
Okay, go ahead.
If the PLP had chosen, what's her name in Kalani?
Oh my girl, Robin Lyons?
Robin Lyons.
Okay.
If the PLP hypothetically has chosen Robin Lyons to be in the constituency of St. James...
It would have been a good fight still.
No.
It would have been a good fight.
No.
It would have been a good fight.
No.
It would have been a good fight. I didn't say it was a victorious fight. I said it was a good fight.
She has a greater chance of victory in the constituency of Kalani.
I agree. I said it was a good fight. I didn't say it was going to be a victorious fight.
But Owen Wells already shows himself up in the constituency.
You sound like you live there.
I don't live there. I just telling you what's happening. No, I've already been hearing people talk about this.
Oh, you're hearing. Okay, that's what I want to know.
This is constituency. This is constituency.
You're hearing.
Good. Go ahead.
See, let me tell you what I like about that matchup. The reputation of the deputy leader of the Free National Movement is one where at one point he was riding a bicycle through his constituency of St. Barnabas, and he was a down-to-earth people's person that they love and they appreciated. He was taking care of the people of St. Barnabas. Job well done, and we applaud. We now have a new constituency where he sat on the Boundaries Commission and found himself to benefit from that split.
What he thought?
Well, this was his
strategy.
I trying to be decent too.
Of course.
Okay, good. So now he's to be named the new candidate for St. James, leaving St. Barnabas. He's leaving one as if his job in St. Barnabas has already been either completed and he needs to start a new relationship, or he's leaving St. Barnabas realizing that there's nothing more that I can do. Maybe I can take something over to St. James. I'm just looking at it. I'm just looking at this.
All this is political niceties that you've done.
I'm trying to be decent.
I see what you're trying to do.
Let me try.
But none of this is true.
But let me try. It could be that he saw defeat. He can see defeat coming.
Okay, let me hear the speech right here.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
It could be, go ahead. Let me hear it.
You go ahead.
It could be.
Defeat, he see defeat coming.
Okay.
Knowing his proximity to leadership in the FNL.
Okay.
And realize that, you know what, in order to secure my future in leadership, not only for the party, but for the nation, I need to secure myself. Okay. So I'm going to try and run to a place
this sounds better to me.
Where I am familiar. I'm giving you all the options.
This sounds better to me.
Where I'm familiar with. I grew up in Mount Pleasant. I have family in that area. And traditionally, during the time of Frank Watson, this has been a F&M stronghold. And so I will find comfort.
I like this assessment.
So I got to find comfort over in St. James. Now, what he did not count on, and what I did not count on,
none of us.
Okay, good.
Because you and I had this conversation a long time.
Watch what happens. Watch what happens. Man, I got goosebumps.
We already done said that Shannon Norn was victorious before we knew who the candidate was.
Yes, we did that a long time ago until we knew.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I ain't fighting you on that.
Okay.
So now we just came out of a by-election where we saw victory for Darren Pickstock in the very same region. Not the exact area, but in the same region. Now, when you come out of Adelaide, which they say code is PLP, into the Coral Lakes area, you come to the roundabout, now you're going on the north side of Carmichael, and you're going straight down Carmichael Road up to Gladstone Road. I counted at least 2 to 3 new subdivisions on that side during the tenure of the PLP government, which kind of makes me believe that people living in those areas have some leaning more towards the people who gave them the house. I just try to be real.
I like when you get
So the numbers now have already been somewhat cushioned for the PLP going towards Gladstone Road area. I good so far? Then they went across the street into, I think, poll division number 4 for Tall Pines or for Southern Shores, where there's some familiar PLPs on the other side.
And they commandeer that.
Okay. I just trying to be decent. And now you're coming down Gladstone Road on the west side. You're coming up JFK on the southern side, and you're coming around Mount Pleasant. And already, what I have heard is there's nothing so far that has been asked of Mr. Wells that he's not yet delivered. Somehow he could find tar. I don't know how he's finding tar so fast. He done putting in speed bumps, he done fixing roads, he done meeting people's needs. I've never seen a candidate like this in my area as yet. But according to what Shannon Cartwright has done in St. Barnabas, it looks like St. Barnabas is coming to us through Mr. Wells. Shannon Cartwright could only now promise to do as he did in St. Barnabas, but we have not yet received it.
One thing I like with the PLP is that they're
That's a good matchup. Good matchup. Good matchup.
The PLP they're like chameleonaires. They're like chameleons, right? They're capable of being able to blend in and recognize in every environment what that environment needs, okay? The defeat that Michael Halkitis had in St. Barnabas just by a hair.
By a hair.
By a hair. The defeat that he had, he recognized that he had taken on a traditional concept of what the PLP would have done in terms of being able to market and reach these particular people. He had Leslie in there, he had all these people in there doing everything that he did, but Shannon Dawn was already leaps and bounds ahead of him.
He was anchored well.
Right?
Yes.
Shannon Dawn was leaps and bounds, and the people had this sentiment that say, hey, listen, you never did us anything wrong, you gave us opportunities, we can give you back this opportunity.
They did that.
And they did that.
Yes.
So this is the honorability of people making this kind of determination, even when it may not necessarily be in their best interest.
But they did it.
But they did it because of the loyalty that he showed to them, they showed it back to him.
I salute St. Barnabas for that,
Okay?
yes.
So now he got his pension, praise God.
Yeah, he's secured.
He's
in that
secured.
regard.
He got his pension. His aspirations from a political standpoint, being able to place in this position and say, I want to be able to climb in the Free National Movement. Now listen, let's be clear. The Free National Movement have not necessarily opened their arms to the concept and idea of being able to see Shannon Dawn climb in the organization. They have been tolerant of him. Let's be decent. I only want to be decent with you. The Free National Movement has tolerated Shannon Dawn in their particular capacity and allowed him to be able to carry out his deeds, his work, and all these particular capacities.
And his ambitions.
And his ambitions, right on the other, but they're watching him.
Yeah.
With their elbow on him.
They're
watching him because Shannon Dawn has that savoir-faire, that personality, that capability to be able to take over the whole thing.
And he does.
He does.
And he has, like you said, he has the personality, the charisma.
He has it.
He has the charm.
So they got to put their elbow on him.
Yeah.
Okay. His aspirations to retain this particular position as he sat on the Boundaries Commission was to be able to identify something that could possibly be able to lead him in. However, he never counted on Owen Wells. He never calculated no one.
We never did.
And the PLP identified a candidate that had the savoir-faire, the personality, that kind of professionalism, the approach that people could be able to say, man, this guy fits well in this constituency. I think I want to go with him.
Man, I got goosebumps on my shirt.
Right?
The things I see happening.
This is what I'm saying to you. The general election cannot be hinged on St. James because in my mind, Shannon Dawn have to get a small brown box. Humbly, Shannon Dawn is my friend. Shannon Dawn got to get a little small brown box, the little cardboard box, and start putting his little trophies in that.
No, man, don't do that to the fella yet. Don't fight him.
No, I only saying to you, the house dissolved. What you want us to do? This is time to have a real conversation.
No, one thing I sure about.
The house dissolved.
The one thing I sure about.
The Free National Movement in their particular capacity, let's have a very clear conversation. The Free National Movement, if they don't win, they already then identify who is going to restructure the organization.
It's not Shannon Dawn Cartwright?
And I don't see Shannon Dawn in that kind of a makeup. Listen to the strength that's coming out of the chairman at this particular time. Someone commented the other day and said the chairman sounded like he interviewing for leadership. Let's just be very clear with this.
Well, guess what? I can say this, because you're going to touch Bamboo Town very quickly. I saw progress, or I should say, I saw where Dr. Dwayne Sands was making some inroads in Bamboo Town. And I got a call this morning that the PLP is now strengthening their efforts in Bamboo Town. So that's going to be another good fight, eh?
Well, I tell you, the momentum only take a couple of days to be able to build. Once they build it and they maintain it, they can find victory. We haven't heard the best about the Speaker, Madam Speaker, in her particular capacity in Bamboo Town, and indicated that if they had someone else, they would support that. But if you're saying to me that they're building on that, we're going to be able to make a determination. Let's take this quick commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. You're speaking with us, you're talking with us, we're chopping it down, having a very clear conversation. The house dissolved. Ain't no government sitting in there from an official capacity. We can have a clear conversation of what our expectations could be and what we will see on May 12th. Quick break, gonna be right back after this.
When all dogs are hungry, you have to feed them to make sure they stay healthy. You have to feed them every day.
First safety rule I remember is to never swim alone. Second rule, tell someone where you're going and what time you're expected to be back. Safety rule number 3, whenever you're on a boat or canoe, always carry a life jacket, when you're a weak swimmer or a strong swimmer. Safety rule number 4, don't dive into unknown waters. Safety rule number 5, parents, don't be on your cell phone when you're at the beach, pool, and with your child.
And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the rundown on this beautiful Friday. Hope you guys are having a good time. Check us out. Make sure, like I said to you, make sure you like and share ZNS's page as we continue to be able to get into the depths of this political season. We are jamming with you, having a great conversation. It's time to be able to have a real talk, man. And we're sitting here with none other than Garth Roseborough as we break down these particular things. I just left off on St. James constituency. I just left off these particular things. Now, I want to say to you, and this is going to be the course of the conversation. Let's be clear about this. I want to say to you that if there is not a victory, a pronounced specific victory, like I said to you, the FNM in 2017 found the momentum in less than 21 days. And they found themselves in the victorious capacity, okay? The PLP, I said to you, me and you had this conversation, Garth, I said to you, right after Jesus, he arose, boom, general election. I said this to you. If the PLP was smart, I wouldn't give the FNM a time to breathe.
You said that.
I said this to you. This was sharp what the Prime Minister did, but he still did it with a level of grace. Because he said to the people, I'm proroguing the House of Assembly. This is the day that we're going to dissolve the House of Assembly. Get yourself prepared and get yourself in there. That ain't what happened in the Ark of the Covenant. In Noah's Ark, the door was just shut. You just feel the rain dropping on you. You didn't know what was going on.
I have a question for you, Howard, and you know, and I always enjoy sitting with you. You keep on mentioning this 21 days.
This is a momentum
of the Free National Movement, and just taking 2017 to the point of historic, proportions, where we've never seen a defeat at such a level, right? What was the reason again why you think that took place?
This had nothing to do more specifically with the Free National Movement. It takes 21 days from a historic standpoint, from a scientific standpoint, to create a habit. It takes you 21 days to build a habit.
Okay, I'm listening.
It takes you 90 days to build a lifestyle. If every day you decide to be able to do this negative thing, whatever this thing is, and you do that continuously for 21 days, this becomes habitual in your life. The momentum that the Free National Movement had at the beginning of that 3-week period was a momentum that they kept building on for a 3-week period.
What was the issue, though, at that particular time?
The issue was, don't forget that there was an infighting with Loretta.
Okay.
Loretta found herself outside of the organization. They did not find their footing. They introduced Hubert Alexander Ingram back into the mix. Ingram was indifferent for being able to do it. He finally showed up. When he showed up, all of a sudden people came towards him. It showed a synchronicity. It showed that sort of energy that the Free National Movement was looking for.
So he was the glue at that time?
He was the glue.
There was no other issue?
No. After they would have done with Loretta,
watch what I'm saying
after they found themselves in a victorious position, minutes still did not have that kind of attractability and that electricity. In the words of good Michael Scott.
So what I want you to help me with as we analyze, listen to what I'm saying to you again. I want to know at that time, what was the national issues that would propel the Bahamian people to vote against the government at that time? Was it an immigration issue?
The national issues was one issue that surmised in the name of an individual. What was the very good prime minister, my favorite prime minister so far. I think him and Brave have I don't know why he's like PLP prime minister so bad, but he was my favorite. Prime Minister Perry Christie.
Okay.
That was a national issue at the time.
He was the national issue. He was the national issue.
He was the national issue at the time.
Okay, so stop.
He was on the proverbial dartboard, and people were throwing darts at him with the determination to be able to eradicate him and take him out of leadership.
Okay, good.
That was it.
I hear you.
Okay.
So with that taking place, let me ask you this now. Does that now exist?
No.
So we have to find something else now in order to propel the Bahamian people to go against this government.
Also, we're seeing Hubert Alexander Ingram involved on a day-to-day basis, and there isn't momentum. There isn't attractability.
This is the point I'm trying to make to you.
There isn't this magnetic. He doesn't have that kind of a magnetic pull.
This is what I'm saying to you.
That he had prior.
So what?
He's in there. Before we didn't see him. With minutes, we didn't see him at all. But when he showed up, it was like moth to a flame. Everybody ran to
I saw him on Southern Shores the other day, and it wasn't that magnetic. It wasn't that celebratory.
Towards him.
But that's what I'm saying to you. So once again,
when Graham show up,
okay.
Everybody runs towards him.
So let's do this now. We got 6 weeks before the general election.
Okay.
If Hubert Alexander Ingram is not going to be that glue, he's not going to be that magnet to make things happen, then you have to explain to me now, what is it going to be?
Money.
What will it take?
Money.
Plenty money.
Plenty money.
You think the money coming?
I don't know whether or not it makes sense to make that kind. I wouldn't make that investment.
Okay, so watch this now.
I would not make that investment. I would not take a proverbial potential hypothetic $5 million, $12 million and pump into this campaign for the hopes of being able to win 12 seats for the Free National Movement.
From the time you knew me.
That's not a good investment.
From the time you knew me, would you say I'm a materialistic person?
No.
Okay, I'm not a materialistic person, but I've tried to tell politicians in a very subtle way that the Bahamian people are going to need that little thing for general election 2026 for the last 3 years. I don't see the Bahamian
people are being materialistic either. However,
no, but they can need a sign.
We need to get taken care of.
They're going to need a sign.
It's simple.
See, let me share this with you, Howard Grant. In the absence of work, you got to pay. You a man, you're good with your hands. I don't know why you and I are so much the same. We're crafty with our hands. We do plumbing and we do masonry, we do carpentry. When you cannot do the work yourself, don't you have to hire somebody else?
And pay them.
You got to pay. And that's what I've simply been saying to these people for the last 3 years. If you, being a novice politician, do not know how to do the work,
you got to pay for it.
You got to go and pay.
Yeah.
What these people have done, they've gone to social media, not knocking social media, but you've been believing that social media in and of itself is going to give you some brownie points. You believe within your mind that if I get the biggest billboard possible, that only Noah could have built, that is going to gain you some brownie points for this upcoming election. That's not going to cut it. You got to find professional people. You got to find talented people who can get the job done. If you don't do that, if you don't invest any money into that, nothing from nothing leaves nothing. I'm keep telling these people, you got to bring something to the table if you want to succeed. You have to. There's no other way.
Well, this is an interesting conversation for me because I'm looking at this. We took 4 constituencies, we dissected them, we made the determination of the pros and cons of those particular constituencies. We laid out a SWOT analysis of what our expectations can be for those particular constituencies. I believe, based upon everything, see, I can't say for sure. Okay? None of us can say for sure. But I'm looking at the constituency of St. James. I'm looking at what's been done by Owen Wells. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at what's been done by Owen Wells. I'm looking at the contrast and the mindset that exists in the Bahamian people. I'm also looking at the potential of what can come out of the war rooms of the PLP and the Free National Movement to be able to speak with clarity about how candidates continue to be able to run. I've already seen this happen in Fort Charlotte. right, with Travis Robinson, indicating that he's running from one constituency to another. Travis Robinson, the allegations that popped up that Dwayne Sands had to reject the other day. Dwayne Sands rejected this sort of an idea that Marvin Dames would be ejected or decide to be able to gracefully bow out. And as a result of that, Travis Robinson would find himself in this kind of a position of being able to go to Mount Moriah and then give an opportunity for Sabas to be able to go in uncontested. We have not necessarily seen that. Let's be very clear about that. We have not seen those particular things, but this is something I would have never mentioned this. I would have never said one word about this if I did not see formality of the chairman being able to speak to that. Let's just be very clear. He has solidified this position. All this was fodder that existed on social media. He brought it out into reality. He put it in the news cycle. We're talking about it. And so now the war rooms can take on this kind of a position to indicate that the Free National Movement members are running from Freetown to Elizabeth, running from Elizabeth to Bamboo Town, running from here to there. And the candidate's trying to be able to find a strategic position to find himself victorious. As I see this shifting, as I see this kind of a chess play roll out and certain persons are moving about, this doesn't feel like an inevitable victory. This feels like preparation.
Bible.
Watch me now. This feels like preparation for an inevitable defeat, but still strategically placing yourself in the position that you could be a part of the next dispensation of leadership in the Free National Movement. That's how I see it. That ain't how it have to be. Don't
But you know what?
me.
But I just want to say this too before everything else ends, Howard. Now that the House is dissolved, Shannon Dawn Cartwright, the deputy leader of the Free National Movement, is now free to exercise all the financial strength and all the energy necessary to attempt to be victorious in St. James. He no longer has a distraction of being the Member of Parliament for St. Barnabas. He can now lay that down and move fully over to St. James, whereas Dr. Dwayne Sands never had a responsibility to Elizabeth. He was never the Member of Parliament for Elizabeth recently, so Bamboo Town got his full attention. For Shannon Dawn, he was split.
Well,
now
he's
no longer split.
I can tell you
Let's see how he responds to the great efforts of Owen Wells.
I can tell you one thing. What I heard, like I said to you, if we're going to be transparent, we're going to have a clear conversation. What we've received information on coming out of Bamboo Town has not been the absolute best for Patricia DeVoe in her particular capacity as Speaker. It has not been the best.
And that was surprising to us.
And that was surprising to us because we thought that she was strong. We thought that this was inevitable. But even hearing the backstories about these particular things, this is going to be interesting because for